I came to know the Bioneuroemocion through a health food shop. They were giving a talk. Sandra was giving a talk, and I was invited to assist to the talk. I didn't know anything about it, so we were a little group. We were about 10 or something like that, and we went to listen to the talk and have a bit of explanation, a bit of feedback, and that was my first approach. I wanted to find out about dysfunctional patterns that we have, all the women in the family. The man was excluded from these patterns, and I wanted to find out why these patterns, where did they come from my the part of my mother and the part of my father. And I wanted to find out how they started and how they influenced each generation, because back in the time they didn't use to work on themselves. So it really started like 1 or 2 generations. Our generation mainly, maybe a bit the generation before, but really mainly from our generation we started working on it. So I wanted to find out when it started, how we can really work on it and get rid of them. Because as it goes all the way back, I found out with Sandra that it had to be cleansed and healed for us to really start something new and break with these patterns. Well, it was wonderful, really, and thanks to Sandra for taking me through this work, because she has been all the way guiding and all the way looking for the point where it ignited, where it started. So she was really asking the appropriate questions, the needed questions, to find out if it was then that it started, and it wasn't then, so we went to another generation above, and it wasn't then, so we went to another, and really asking the appropriate questions to find out if it was there that it started. And as it wasn't there, we kept on looking for when it really started, and that's when the work started. That's when we started healing the whole process. So it was great, because alone I don't think we can really do it, and for a person like Sandra to guide us through that family tree, it was really wonderful. I started realizing that it wasn't about me, but it was way over. It came all the way back to great-great-grandmothers. So it changed in the way that I confront life, that I'm allowed and I'm able to say no, and I'm able to speak out my truth. So that was great, because I could finally say no, even if it was going to be misunderstood by the rest of the people. It's okay, I can say no, I'm allowed to. So it's changing, it's empowering me, it's allowing me to be totally myself, it's allowing me to speak out my truth. And it's changed my whole life, really. So I'm very thankful about it. It was wonderful. Because there are things that we can't really do ourselves. We can't heal them ourselves. And the Bioneuroemocion has allowed me to work profoundly on patterns that I wasn't able to see. So I recommend it, because it really helps anybody to go through that work in depth, and to heal it, and to from there empower yourself, and to keep on going from then, but in another context, because you're in power of you're in charge of your life, you're in charge of your decisions, you're in charge of all the paths that you're going to be taking from then on. So it really empowers anybody.